So good morning, October the 16th, 2014. This is CISG113, Section 1, Information Security and Privacy. Today is day number 16 in the week number 8, and we just stepped into the first week of problem-based learning, so we are getting started with a new format of classroom participations today. So let's get started. So first of all, good morning. Please be seated together with your team members, because today we are starting a new phase of the semester and getting you very much involved into teamwork in class. Now, I have 10 minutes time to set the stage. First of all, you need to understand that we have finished the first two learning contract, and we are now in the third learning contract. And the purpose of the first learning contract is to make sure you have some experience of getting involved in studying a topic of interest that you choose on your own. And the way we use is called inquiry-based learning, by helping you to go through the process of observations, interpretations, and applications. And you need to have some experience taking up information on the internet and use the information to extract your observations in terms of certain things you can put down in your notebook as notes that you need to pay attention to. And the second thing you need to do is interpretations, asking questions of the things you put down as the notes. And the third is to create sub-stories of how to connect those things together to make sense of a specific topic of interest. And if you look at the 8 weeks that we have gone through, in the first 4 weeks where you have done some inquiry-based learning, we're going through the common modules of the semester. And we have 4 common modules in the semester, including the modules with information literacy and competency. Before that, it's social responsibility, digital divide, introductions to IT, and knowledge society. In particular speaking, for this particular course, web technology, at night we introduced you some basics on what is meant by web technology and how do you make, well, better say, make good terms of web technology in your own life. Come to terms with the technology in your own life. So you have done your first learning contract with the help of your learning partner, because you have selected your learning partner. So in the first learning contract, you have some peer work experience of exchanging your views with your learning partner based on the topic of your interest. Now, what is the topic of interest? Basically, it is selected from one of the 4 reading lists. And with each reading list in the first 4 weeks, weekly reading list, we have a number of questions per list, and your job is to select one question to present it to your learning partner with a set of OIA that you discover. So, with the discussion forums ready, you and your learning partner respectively write a very short but concise report on what you've learned based on the topic of interest. So in your first pair report, the report that the 2 of you in your team, in your pair, submitted, it should be a report consistent with the 2 of you, contain 2 topics, 1 from each member. So, and I'm actually giving you back the report to the grade by this afternoon. Well, and then, step into the second learning contract. You do self-regulated learning by combining your pair with another pair so that you form a team. So in your team, you have 2 pairs instead of 1 pair. And you do something very similar to the first learning contract. But in the second learning contract, you are invited to choose out of the 6 course intended learning outcomes. In this course, we call assignments, 2 to work on. So the 2 pairs in your team should have each work on at least 1 cycle. So in your team report that you have just submitted over the past weekend, you should contain 2 topics, 1 from each team, which talks about how each of the 2 pairs or the whole team had accomplished the 2 cycles that you select. And once you got the cycles, individual members of your team or each pair need to select questions from the 3 reading lists, week number 5, week number 6, and week number 7, questions of interest, and that it's presumably consistent with the cycle you choose, okay, in the second learning contract. But in the second learning contract, you are also invited to set goals of your learning, which are presumably represented by the cycle you choose. And you have to watch the timeline, which 3 weeks time for the 2 pairs organize in your team to manage your work in encompassing the silos? Well, the way to encompass it is just to make sure you have gone through some exercise of you set the goals, you identify the resources, you come up with a work plan, you evaluate the work done in between, you see if there is a need for you to revise the plan, and each one of you in your team need to work together to get the job done. Now, we are stepping into the third learning contract. And the third learning contract with a theme called problem-based learning, and as I explained to you on Monday, which is actually the combinations of input-based learning, self-regulated learning, and now much more important because you need to come up with a problem. So the way to do it is, out of the 4 remaining silos in this course, you need to select 2 more new silos to work on, and once you select the 2 more new silos, you need to look at the number of proposals in your team. Now each of the last 2 learning contracts should have produced some proposals on your team member, 4 individual proposals together with 2 pair proposals. So your job as a team, the first meeting, is to come up with which 2 silos of the remaining 4 to choose, which proposal to choose of the 6. And if there is no one proposal of the 6 which seems to be very good for the silos, you need to come up with a new proposal. So with that as the background, your team has to come up with some roles to, according to the teacher's message of this past Monday. In your team of 4 persons, you need to come up with who's the team coordinator, who's the secretary, who's the liaison member, who's the project tracker, who's the minute takers, who's the timekeeper. And so in your discussions today, as a team, working together in class, you need to resolve some of these issues. And so after the first 10 minutes of my talk, I'll give you 10 minutes to work as a team to organize yourself, and then we'll come to the 30 minutes time where I'm going to lucky draw from the 4 teams to come up here to share. And each team should have at most 10 minutes time, okay? So you need to get ready now with this new format of work in class as a team. So may I invite each team of you to pull your team members together on one corner and start organizing yourself with the next 10 minutes, okay? Now we are going to start at 10:25, and at 10:25 I'm going to give 3 consecutive 10 minutes for 3 different teams out of the 7 teams to come up here to do the sharing. Remember, those teams who come up here to do the sharing are entitled to a classroom participation score. You need to keep track of the date and time, and also the video record of your classroom presentation. So with this said, I'm not going to say anything now. Just go to work with your team member for 10 minutes, and I'm going to ring the bell at 10:25 and give you which teams you go first. And I'm going to prepare some lucky draw team. All right? So feel free to work together as member of the team now. You need to talk. You need to get things ready. In the meantime, I'm going to take attendance. All right. Okay, you need to start working as a team in class. These are very precious times when you meet one another in your team. Okay? 10 minutes. Organize yourself. Remember, I'm going to lucky draw 4 teams. Okay, 4 teams from your class. All right? So, Helia, thank you. Claudia, not here. Oh, good morning. Ada, thank you. Sit together with your team member and start working. Andy, thank you. Ryan Vaughn, thank you. Jenny Yu, thank you. And then Jackie Wong, Jackie, not here, okay. And then Wai Pa, thank you. And C Hong, thank you. Fong, not here. Beatrix, thank you. Fish, thank you. Angela, thank you. Eureka, thank you. Vivian, thank you. Ruby, thank you. C, thank you. Elisa, you. Lockhart, thank you. Stephen, no, oh, Stephen over there. Okay, and then Terrence, thank you. Okay. Oh, I remember. You swooped back to UM. Okay, I see. Winnie, all right. All right. Tom, thank you. Dixon, thank you. Winnie Ho, thank you. Gillian, thank you. Frank, thank you. Michelle, thank you. Annie, thank you. Cindy, thank you. Neon is not here. Okay. Ryan Lam, yes. Lester, thank you. Calvin, thank you. And Ga Young, thank you. Hanson, thank you. Jessica, thank you. Zi Yin, thank you. And Tan Yu, thank you very much. And then Iris, thank you very much. Any person whose name has not been called. Gaki is not here today. Okay, now you have 10 more minutes to work on. Okay, actually 5 more minutes. Let's get. Okay, let's start from this clock. Okay, I want to stop you at 10:25. So you have 9 more minutes. Not for my clock. Yes, 9 more minutes. Okay. And I'm going to lucky draw 4 teams in order to do the sharing today. And remember, those teams who are able to do the sharing today, each member in your team needs to have a role in the sharing so that each member would have the justifications to create your classroom participation score at the end of the semester. And remember, today's day, when you do the sharing as a team, and the video records are linked, all right? Okay. Now you're supposed to work in teams. Feel free to walk around the room. This is your freedom to do, okay? And don't just fix yourself on your chair. You need to talk among members of your team. And then today is the first formal problem-based learning class format that we're going to run. All right, we'll stop you at 10:25 and start giving you the team, all right? Now, I need the liaison member from each team to come down here in a minute to pick your tag. Okay, the tag said present, and you need to present. The tag said no, you don't need to present. Okay, so I'm going to prepare 7 tag, and out of these 7 tag, only 4 will have the word present. Okay, this is the most traditional method to pick the team. Now, remember, I do not have any restrictions on what you're going to share. Whatever you're going to share is acceptable. But it must be based on learning contract number 3 and based on the themes of our work, okay? Don't come here to say, I'm going to share cooking bean soy chicken, all right? So I'm going to share whatever it is. No, it has to be done within the confines of this course, okay? We have 7 themes, so I'm going to have 7 tags. 3, 7. We can accommodate at most 4 teams to do it because almost 10 minutes per team, 40 minutes. Well, you can present according to the silos you've chosen. You can present according to the course concept, which is indicated at the beginning of each grid. You can present according to the work plan of your team. You can present according to the roles each one of you in your team has taken. You can present the milestone you plan to accomplish the work. You can present the individual question chosen. There's a lot of things you can talk about. And you can talk about the way you work together virtually and also physically, face to face. All right, so. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. 7 teams. Now remember, each team need to send in a liaison member to pick a tag. Okay, we have 7 tags on 7 small table in front, and then we need to have an order to allow each one of the 7 teams to select. So how are we going to set the order? Let me see. So I have 7 small tags which will indicate 1 to 7. That means each member needs to come up here to pick a small tag first, which will indicate the order you have to pick up the tag. That will be what we call a double shuffle. Okay, could you send your team representative here? 7 teams, 1 from each team. Each team be sent your liaison member. Okay, I'm going to put down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you can see that we have team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is the order. This is the tag number. Okay, please 1 liaison member from each team. Okay? Could you come up here? And you should have sent me the informations of your liaison member before the end of yesterday in Dr. Ben's Q&A hotline for this week. But if you have not sent it, now the person who come up here now will be the liaison member. So 1 representative from each team. Okay, come down here. Team number 1. Team number one representative. Okay? Please don't waste time. Team number one. Team number two. Okay? Team number one, team number two, team number three. Just come down here to pick a tag because we want to do it fair. Team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Each team send one representative. Okay? Please come down here. Okay? Now, alright, so the best thing is we have a bag, but if we don't have a bag, so we need to do it the very traditional way. We used to have a program to do it, sometimes it's tricks. Okay, now, this time it does not matter. Okay? So are you okay? Team 1, would you please pick a tag? And can you come up here to help to verify? Yes. Yes. Can you do that? Any persons? Pick one, Yes. Pick anyone. And read that to me, please. When she picked one, you please read that for me. Oh, sorry. Thank you very much for your help. Are you doing okay? Okay, now pick one and tell me the number. Now it's team 1, okay? Team 1, will you pick one? And give it to the lady in front. Read it out, please. Number. So what's the number? 2? Let me see. Two. Team 1, 2. Okay. Pick. And team 2? Team 2? Pick another number. Wait, don't go back. You need to do something more. 7. No, not yet. Okay, stay. Team number 3. 4. Team number 4. Team number 4. No, not yet. Okay. Number. 6. Team number 5. 3. Team number 6. 1. Team number 7. Fine. Okay, now put it back here. Now let's do this. Team number 6, would you please come up here to pick any one of this tag? If you pick a tag which says percent, you need to percent. Okay? If you pick a tag that does not say anything, you don't need to do presentation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Pick anyone. 4. Only 4 tags has present. Okay. Pick one. Pick one. Yes. Please open it. Please come up here. Read it. No, you don't need to present. Okay. Now it's team number 1. Pick one. No, you don't need to present. have to present. Yes, and then, yes, I think you do have to present. Team number two, check this last tag. Unless I make a mistake, alright? Normally, you have to present. Because we have 4 tags to present. Okay, congratulations. Today we have 4 teams who are going to present. Alright, and that means, can you give me back the tag? You can't take it back because I need to use it in the other classes. Okay. Now, I'll give you 2 minutes time to come down here to do the presentations. We start with 3, and then 4. That means number 5 is going to go first. Number 3 the second. And then number 4 the third. Number 2 the fourth. So team number 5 go first. Team number 3 go the second. Team number 4 go the third. And team number 2 go the fourth. So please organize yourself now. You have 2 minutes time to do that. The microphone works. The microphone works. Okay, can I invite team number 5? The 4 of you, team number 5. All of you, because you need to earn score. If you do not come here as a member of your team, you cannot earn the score. Okay, do you need to use the computer? This is the microphone for you. Take the center stage, please. Introduce your team. Oh, sure. You can lock it out for me, and then you lock in for yourself. Yeah, thank you. Now it's team number 5. It's team number 5's turn to help us to understand the team's work for learning contract. This is the first ever meeting, or better say the first ever classroom sharing from team number 5.
Hi, good morning everybody. We are team 5 and I'm Helia. Our team already started to do the learning content free, and this is our wiki page. Later we have decided we want to choose these 2 CIOs, and we have not clearly discussed with what proposal we are going to choose. And now I will invite Ryan to give us some share.
So it's Ryan? Okay.
Okay, thank you. And in my group work, in our first learning concept, I'm doing the individual proposal in talking about information security, which is the balance of information technology. So I think it's very, very important in our work, because you know the information security, you can avoid a lot of very, very dangerous things in the internet. But maybe I haven't prepared in the wiki, but I just want to tell my concept in the with all of classmates. Okay. Okay, let me talk a little bit. Okay, information security is very important. So, how could we be more strong with our information security? I think I have several ways to let our information security be strong. The first thing is using antivirus software And maybe you can set a password with your important secret folder documents. Okay, thank you. So let me. Okay. Why we need to share is her.
So it's Winnie from team number 5.
Hello, I'm Winnie, and now I'm thinking my topic in learning content number 3. And at first, I'm topic is what is hacking and cracking, but I think this topic is not fix the CILO. Yes. I'm past my.
Okay, so lastly, it's the last member from team 5. Please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Frank.
Friend.
As you can see, we discussed we chose two topics, CISG113 and CIO number 1 and 2, which I describe the importance of IT and creative. It's so easy to describe. And the second one is describe principles and concepts related to information security and privacy. And as you can see, I have not uploaded something I have done, and I will done I will upload late and after.
Okay, thank you, friend. Now, could I ask, do you have a meeting schedule of your own team members outside the classroom?
Yes, we have a meeting schedule with every 5 day at 10 to 11:30.
Thank you. And then, do you have a virtual meeting hours on the Moodle environment at the Wiki or with the discussion forum?
We have it WeChat and they will have discussion and they will put something in here.
Yes, remember, because if you do not have the discussions record in the team discussions record,
We discuss it in the forum is okay.
yes, because that is also important when you pull together the artifacts to submit, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have you finished?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for team number 5. We give you all the support you need. Now, the second team is team number 3, right? The second team is team number 3. Would you please get ready and come up to share with us your team's work in progress? Please help introduce the team members. Using the microphone that works. One of the microphones does not seem to work. So you still have one member missing today?
Yes.
Okay.
We are team number 5. I'm Mr. Alan. Today I'm sharing what is the hacking and cracking. In my opinion, I think a hacker is the harmbacker than a cracker. It is because hacking is the act to getting the personal information without the owner's knowledge. The hacking is including setting the password, but cracking is used to programmers the code. The code means the backdoor. It's the backdoor to use the programmer bug to select the information. Cracker have the extending knowledge in the code, but the cracker are easily to use the web code. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Lester. And now, if you pass the microphone to the... Hello, Winnie.
Sorry.
Just a minute. We have to. Yeah, it's our meetings of the meetings, and then
we have
Have you set the roles in your team who's going to be the coordinator? Or the time when your members will meet during the week?
we have get a meeting in 3 days, October 11th of October, and we have discussed the topic, which one is.
It's okay, just take your time because we're getting informed by your team member. You can tell us whatever you have done, okay? Or you plan to do.
And the second meeting we have to choose the topic and then find the information in the internet. And the first meeting we have discussed the topic, which one is, which information we have choose. And then I give to Michelle.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Michelle. And
Michelle?
because I can't open my file can't open, so I cannot share my channel to yours. And our meeting time 3 days, October 10, 11, and 12 at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay.
Um,
Have you chosen the two signals which are very important for this learning contract?
yes.
Which two?
The first is what is the hacking of the computer, and the second one is computer crime.
Okay, like that. These represent questions. These are not the signals. Okay, the signals are the course intended learning outcomes. Okay, now you have chosen some questions, but which of the remaining 4 signals in this course have you chosen? You can go back to the course website and take a look at the signals.
Information issue of hacking and cracking, and information
The signals are not this. The signals of the course are, we have 6 signals, okay? And you need to select the signals first because I'm afraid that your team member do not quite understand the signals stuff. It's okay, you can always talk to team number 5 and let team number 5 help you understand a little bit more about this. The good things about sharing here is you can always listen to different teams doing the work and know that the progress of each team. Thank you very much for your team sharing. Now let's move on to the third team, which is team number 4. Okay? So we grant the team number 4 has 4 members here. Now help us to introduce yourself and then tell us anything that is related to your work in progress in learning contract number 3.
Good morning, everyone. My learning contract 1 is what is digital divide in 21st century. So what is digital divide is someone have get one more computer or phone in their hand, but some got none. So this digital divide. So in my opinion, why will have this phenomenon in this society? Because the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. So the rich can buy anything they want, just like the computer, the new iPhone, or the tablet. But the poor can't afford this expensive electric
Okay, now you need to.
So if the poor get a lot of money, they may improve their living environment first or save for their immediate life. They may have sick or for something emergency. So this is why we'll have this formula in our society.
Okay, thank you very much for the sharings on the digital divide. And the next team member.
My learning contract one topic is what is information technology. Information technology we always call it IT, and some people also call it information communication technology.
It's okay, you just take a breath.
It means produce controlled by microcomputer or program.
So you're sharing your proposals from learning contract number 1, right? Okay, thank you. So we have heard 2 proposals, the digital divide and information security.
Hi everyone, I'm Julian. In my learning contract one, the topic is information security. So introduce few ways how can we protect our private information.
Okay,
For password, we can use words with incorrect spelling. For email, we can scan the attachment before opening.
okay,
For internet, do not download anything. If you don't download anything, don't download anything if you didn't inspect the firewalls. For PC, use a password protect screen saver.
I'm Iris, and my learning contract number 1 is the topic of my journal is what is information literacy. Literacy means to be able to read and write. Information literacy includes the ability or skills needed to determine, find, analyze, use and understand information. Therefore, as a university student, information literacy is much more essential for me to do my research and assignments. Information literacy is becoming more important in the environment of technological changes and also the information resources. And now we are going to share our pair topic of learning contract 2.
thank you.
Me and Jillian as the pair 10, our topic is what is hacking and cracking.
Okay,
In the computer security context, a hacker is someone who seeks and exploits weaknesses in a computer system or a computer network, while a cracker is an individual with extensive computer knowledge whose purpose is to hack internet security or gain access to software without paying royalties. However, we as the students always mix up the term hacker and cracker. Therefore, I think that all of us should have an understanding about these 2 terms. For the course intended learning outcomes, we chose the silo number 1, which
Thank you.
is describe the importance importance of IT and the related ethical issues.
Thank you.
For the course learning objectives, we chose number one, which is to help students become more literate in the fundamental understanding of information security and privacy associated with the internet era, including concepts of computer and communication in security using modern day examples. And for the program intended learning outcomes, we chose number one and number two, which are understand and utilize subject-specific knowledge to engage with questions, both contemporary and enduring. And the second one is share ideas effectively in written and oral models of communication, both formally and informally. And this is our end of sharing. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I'm so much impressed that you also share with us the choice of course learning objective and program intended learning outcome. Actually, these are not necessary. Your focus should be on side notes, the course intended learning outcomes, and two, not one. Okay? Thank you. So the last group to be presented is team number two. Is team number two ready? Thank you. Okay, use the microphone that works. Okay, only one works.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
So this is team number two.
Why?
Yes, use it.
Hello everyone, we are team 2. I'm Steven. So our team has started to decide the contract fee already. But we have got some trouble. Is the wiki is still not working.
Okay.
Because we can't sign up our wiki.
Okay, and let's help you. We can help after your presentations. No, the one below. Yes. Make sure you go to week number 8.
And we have start to discuss about the program basic learning first. And we have started watch the video about the program basic learning. It's talk about
Okay.
we found the problem and discuss together and found the answer.
Okay.
Then we have to start talk about the topic, which topic we choose. But it's just first week, so we just look around the question.
Okay.
And
Have you chosen the 2 signals yet?
not yet.
Okay, thank you.
We have discussion first.
All right, you pass to the members of your team.
I'm Dixon. My topic is what are hacker and hacker. Hacker, the mean is they have breadth of knowledge, but a lot of them will do illegal things and hacker will do illegal things to earn money. So all of the hackers sure are hacker, but not all of the hackers are hacker. These many people is not understand.
Thank you, Dixon.
My topic is the internet security vulnerabilities. In my opinion, I think the internet vulnerabilities are so terrible. We can avoid fall into the cracks or hackers' computing. Because there are many nets in the world, we don't know what website has some code. We don't know that. So we should take care ourselves
some suspicious website, and everyone have a responsibility to protect their own.
Thank you.
I think we will talk about the information security and privacy because we live in the information of age and is driven by information technology.
Lastly, we hope Professor can fix the wiki.
Okay, in a minute. Thank you.
Okay.
Please make sure that when it's your turn to speak, mentions your name, because it's very important towards the end of the semester that this is your record to claim your class participation score, okay? And I thank you very much for all the teams who have done the sharings today. Now allow me to remind you, for the first time that I see your individual team to come up here, you can go back to your seats, yes. You have done an excellent work already, because it's not easy that to do the first in-class sharings in front of so many people. Now the first thing you need to learn for individual team in the second meeting is this is like a very brief press conference, okay? You are here as the whole team to tell the whole class what your team has been doing. So if you want to learn the lessons, learn it from Heuser at 4 o'clock from Hong Kong. Remember that. So every time when you're here to share with the whole class about what you're doing in the first learning contract, you have a number of times to do that. Organize yourself, okay? You must have a person in charge of the microphone explaining what you're going to tell the whole class in the next 10 to 5 minutes. And then you must have the person introduce each one of your member with a name, okay? Because for the sake of record keeping and getting your score. And the persons in charge could be called a mini MC here, explaining what is going to be talked about by each individual member of your team. And then you just turn the microphone to the individual member, and then you must have a timekeeper and tell that member with a microphone what to say and in what time. The best thing is you do it together with your Moodle environment. Now in Team 5, they have sold you the wiki. And I think the wiki is very useful because by the time it's your turn as a member of the team to explain, you must have prepared something in your wiki personal space. And so you can point to your personal space and tell, this is what I have been doing, okay? So if for the first time, it's okay, you must learn this basic technique to organize yourself. Otherwise, when you're here, you can create the kind of anxiety the individual member do not know what to do. The person in charge must help the other member to help share the topic to the whole class. Okay? So let me get back to the environment first. Now remember today's day with the 4 important teams, you need to put it in your record. Each member and the whole team must put that in your record in the team wiki. On a particular day, this is the record of in-class participations. And that is a very good way to inform yourself, inform the whole team when you did the in-class sharing. Because in the next class, you might be picking up the game, okay, to share. That will be good. But we will take care of those teams who have not shared in the previous class and give them the priority first. For example, this time is 2, 3, 4, 5. Next time I will ensure that 1, 6, 7 will have a chance. Okay? And then one of these will also have a chance. This is a very important record. Okay? So make sure that you know this is very important. Alright, so give me time is now after the presentations. According to the format, you now have 20 more minutes to work together as a team, individual member communicating with one another. So I'm now keeping the records for today. So, and at the end of that, I will give you 5 minutes feedback on individual teams, okay? So first of all, let me try to solve the problems of the wiki of the team. Is it team number 2, right? Okay, let's go to the wiki first. So I'm going to team number 2. So any member from team number 2, can you come up here to try? Any members from team number 2 try to log into your team collaborations wiki page, okay? Now please make sure that you can log into the team collaborations wiki page. It's very important. Now, and I strongly suggest that anytime your team come up here to do the sharing, you make the best use of the team collaborations wiki. Then you can easily point to the individual work done, the peer work done, and the team work done, including the meeting minutes there. So it's a very convenient medium. Okay? Try, and then you must get things done and organize yourself, have meetings now, and talk with your members of your team. And allow me to tell you that the course concepts, since we're transitioning from what we call teacher-centered mode of learning to a student-centered mode of learning, sometimes I may not have all the time to help you in class, just like in the traditional classroom, tell you all the individual concepts here. And that is the reasons why I put a lot of the video here. The videos are directly related to the course concept here. And it is trust, basically. If you go through the video here, you should have a very good understanding of the course concept, unless you are stuck with the one idea that I must have the course concept from the teacher. That is not possible in a class of student-centered learning. So please be a responsible person to learn the concept by going through the video and then work out the journal. That is one way we try to encourage you to do it here. And that's called a learn-to-learn approach, okay? It's not the taught-to-learn approach. If your mindset is towards the taught-to-learn approach, you always wait for the teacher to tell you something, and then you will never learn that, okay? You are highly encouraged in this class to teach yourself how to learn the concept, as indicated here. As a teacher, my job is to make sure this is something you need to know, and these are the resources. You must get yourself understand this. That is a very important point. Don't go back to the arguments that I'm here to learn, and if you don't teach me something, you did not teach me. That is not the way you're supposed to be here in the GE class. In the GE class, it's you know your role. Your role here is to get yourself the ability to teach yourself something. My job here is to design an environment in such a way with all these resources that is accessible to you, and you need to spend time per week, okay, to pick up the course concept. That is very important. And one more thing, my observations when I start grading your paper tells me that I very much appreciate your effort in getting the work done. But many of the things you should not have done to lose your score, okay, is that you must read my teacher's message every week, okay? The teacher's message every week is the important feedback that I include every week to remind you not to miss your score by committing silly mistakes. So it's not just the grade I give you. In the grade, I just put very simple teacher's comment. But the teacher's message, indeed, the reasons why I put very serious in my teacher's message is this is the experience gathered over the semester. Student will forget this. So when you read my teacher's message, it is my feedback that you should not forget that. And if you do not forget that, and when you do your homework or assignment, you should not have lost a score. So that is very important. So many students just look at the grade as the important feedback. No, just that's minimum things. Read my teacher's message, very important. Okay? So that's the reason. If you have not actually read the teacher's message, may I remind you one more time. When you come here, look at how many messages we've gone through so far. Alright? Study for week number 1. Check the teacher's message before you submit anything. For example, before you submit your first learning contract, we have 4 messages. These include feedback to remind you that what you have to do. If you do not check the messages, you might lose score when you submit something. Okay? So in the second learning contract, we have 3 different messages, 5, 6, 7, before you come to do the submissions. And now, in the third learning contract, we have issued at least 1 teacher's message. Okay? So, oh, by the way, just want to remind you, I fully accept the suggestion by one of your fellow students who said, "Sir, I love to do your questionnaire, but it's very long. 45 questions and second one, 34 questions. Could you give us some credit for doing it?" I say, "Oh, that's reasonable." So this is what I'm trying to tell you. I do not know who you are when you do the questionnaire because it's anonymous. But if you have done the questionnaire and you would like to receive the bonus, come to week number 8, Dr. Wett's Q&A message, and just leave me a note. I trust you. I did your questionnaire today, okay? And I will give you the bonus point of 4 points, which is equivalent to a journal, okay? If you did your questionnaire, just in the teacher's message, Dr. Wett's Q&A hotline for this week, okay? Say, I did the questionnaire. Thank you. And I will give you that bonus, 4 points. Alright? No question asked. Alright? Doing the questionnaire is one important way to learn, to reflect from what you did. And normally, I thought about this before, but you know, as a scientific researcher, we know that if we give bonus to the questionnaire, the data may not be real. But I have to do it in such a way that your identity is anonymous, and then if you tell me something, I trust you. Alright? So principally speaking, if you did your questionnaire, you tell me in the WS Q&A hotline, you got 4 points already. If you happen to lose your 4 point in your journal, you got that back. Alright? I don't mind giving you the score, but this is very important. Alright? Do you understand that? Alright. Thank you very much. So we are going to the end of this week, but in terms of class hour, yes. But in terms of the work behind your learning contract, it's just the beginning for you, okay? So make sure you pull together your team member and organize yourself and do things in your team wiki. Alright, this is a very important medium for you to collect your work together. And you can remind one another what you need to do. Allow me to remind you one more time. Make sure you put your meeting minutes there. Alright, so everybody in your team will get informed what to do. Sometimes if you're a member of the team, you forgot what you need to do, go back to your team wiki with meeting minutes there, and you know the job assigned to you by your team members. Okay? At this point, you should have worked out the team role structure in your team. Who's the coordinator? Who's the secretary? Who's the liaison member? Who's the tracker? And who's the minute taker? Who's the timekeeper? And who's going to be the reporter during the in-class sharing? The reporter is the person in charge to arrange who's going to speak first, second, and third, and to speak what. And you must go through your team wiki first at the beginning of each class with that 10 minutes to arrange the thing you want to share. And I must tell you that today is already a very good start, and you need to get used to doing it, all right? Teamwork must be well coordinated. Now, at any point, if you discover that you have some questions of where you are in this course, okay? Allow me to remind you one more time. Go to day number 1, okay? I have put together from the very beginning of the semester something called course review, okay? If you happen to forget where you are, click this link and read this very carefully. Look at this. This is learning contract number 1, the first 4 weeks. The important question you should have already touched. Okay? The modules. This is a very important map for you to get back what you should have done. And each one of these, the journal, discussion column, report proposal, reflective block, and your proposals, something like this, 4 weeks. And we've gone through the first 2 contracts. Okay? Look at the second contract. At the end of your work, look back to these questions. How many of these questions have your team touched? Alright? This is a very important map for you to know where you are. And this is, in this second learning contract, we started up the wiki. Alright, now we're in the third learning contract. Something very similar. You look at the number of questions. All of these are well within your touch, okay? You're doing something very consistent in the first learning contract, the second learning contract, and now the third learning contract. At the end of this contract, which is November the 1st, you step into the learning portfolio stage, okay? Which is based on integrative learning. Very, very important context. So, be a responsible student. Everything you need to know, as far as I am concerned, read this map and you should know where you are, okay? Don't always say, I don't know what to do. It's something I cannot teach you, just like a kindergarten kid. You don't need this kind of teacher. You can make it work on your own, all right? You're a college student now. So make sure you do not forget all the resources on the UM Moodle and on this core support environment. Do not waste those resources, all right? These are done at the very beginning of the semester, and so you need to make sure that you know something about this. Okay, so I think I have used up my time very efficiently, leaving 15 minutes time for you to ask questions if you have, and if you have to go to the next class, you're free to go, all right? So get ready for next Monday. We have another set of in-class participations by individual team. And I will give the priority to the other teams, 1, 6, and 7. All right? Yes. I need to do some first. You should see your score on your LC001 report and blog by the end of today. Okay? I finished grading that now. I'm just giving you the score now. Okay, thank you very much for today's coming. That's it for today's CISG113, Section 1, Information Security and Privacy. Until next week, week number 9, stay tuned.